kicks off this lady big time. Lisa Fritsch is a Tea Party activist. And Lisa, if this is true, you're going to have to wedge in to get a piece of this.
It's how is the hope and change working for us now? And all of the talk about Obama being for the little guy, it's atrocious that it's atrocious that you want to talk about a stimulus, put some of the shares back into the taxpayers' pockets. That's a stimulus. What's terrible is that once the public offering is made to the chosen elite banking, big corporate types, what's going to be left over for the little guy who bailed them out in the first place is going to be more expensive than everything else that was initially offered. How can they turn around and do this to us? How can they get away with that?
Their argument will be, had we not rescued GM, we'd be in a big hole. Look at how GM's rebounded. Eventually, taxpayers are going to recoup most, if not all of that money. End of story. It's a great story. You don't buy it.
I don't buy that. It's a good news for GM. Fine, they took the bailout. They're going to be successful. They're going to thrive. They're going to make history with the public offering. But what about the little guy who's holding the bag? Where is our payback? Where is our return on our investment? Why don't we get a piece of the pie? How is it that we are good enough to bail out GM and save an iconic American dream? We're not good enough to be a part of the American dream?
You know, that's a very good point. No, Lisa, that's a very astute point. Do you think that it should have been framed in such a way where every single, because this is something I debated about not too long ago, every single American taxpayer should have gotten a little check. It maybe would have worked out to, I don't know, a buck. But something to show, here's your money back for this bill.
You're darn right. Instead, we get screwed. Every taxpayer should at least be given 2 shares of that GM stock to stimulate the economy, to make a promise to us that the president is really, well, it is.
But are you worried, Lisa, that they're going to use this, as any advocate of bailouts, rescues, as the wind at their back? See what you do if you come in and rescue a company, the workers are saved, the taxpayers eventually made whole, life is good.
I'm completely worried about that, and I'm also worried that they can turn around and make the case that they can go and take over other companies, other industries. I think they will use this argument for the healthcare industry as well. I just don't think it speaks highly of GM, the president, and anybody else involved with this IPO that they have completely turned their backs on the little guy, on the American people, and they're selling our company they're selling the American dream without the Americans who made it possible.
Lisa, good stuff.
It's a betrayal.
Thank you very, very much. Well, Anita, do any of you remember this?